Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And today, we're taking a break from the Zelda randomizers to play the original Ocarina experience. I mean, if you want to have a little laugh, it's like I'm playing a randomizer where everything's in their original locations. It is theoretically possible, right? But I digress. So this will be a playthrough of Ocarina of Time, and I will be playing it as a 100% playthrough. I'll be getting all of the things and doing all of the side quests the game has to offer. But compared to the randomizers, this will be a more casual playthrough, so I might even do some other fun things. It's all about having fun with the game in the way that you like, right? Now speaking of the game, why don't we get started here? I've already got all the options set up. One thing that I'm used to with randomizers that I did have to switch was making the Z targeting on hold, because normally it starts on switch, which means you have to press it and then press it again, which messed me up so much when I was a kid, so hold is a much better option. But that's all there is to set up at the beginning, so why don't we get started here? 3, 2, 1, let's play! And yes, we do get a story here. In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. Deku, however you pronounce it. I always say Deku. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. I gotta imagine Link going through this, just having nightmares every night about this thing. Or, I know it's at very least this night, but I'm fairly certain Link's just been having nightmare after nightmare like this, right? Well, that's one way to start saying, hey, you've got a destiny to fulfill. Here's a few scenes to help you out. We got Zelda riding by, and then the thing that would scare anybody. Hi, Ganondorf. Please don't kill me. Yeah, it feels weird seeing this after I have all of the really important cutscenes skipped in when I play the randomizers. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. You just say, come here? Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now. Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. As when I first played this game, and this was at the beginning of 3D gameplay for me. Super Nintendo was where I had been playing a lot of games. This was one of my first forays into 3D gaming as it was, and just to see this kind of world, as it were, simple as it may be, compared to nowadays, definitely. But this was enough to blow my mind, and I'm sure it blew the minds of many other people when playing the game for the first time. So why don't we get the adventure started? Now, mind you, I did say this will be a more casual playthrough, but I will be trying to do a few things at my usual pace, which is not necessarily speed through the game, but I know all the tricks to the game itself, so there might be some points where I will be playing fast, or it's I know the trick that I'm going to do, so that's just going to be the nature of the game. I mean, I've played Ocarina of Time enough times. I played Ocarina enough times. That's what you should call it, the Ocarina of enough times. But I hope everything works out as I'm hoping. So we just got to get through Navi's introduction here. She is now our partner for the rest of the adventure. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. Here we go. Another adventure begins. Kokiri Forest. I'll be honest, when I first played this, like, it said Kokiri the whole time. I always called it the Kokori Forest. So to me, like, when I learned that this was Kokiri, like, I'm like, wait a second, it's not Kokori? Anyways, here's Saria. Sorry there. Saria. Wow, a fairy. Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. Now, ordinarily, if you go there, Mido is blocking the way, so he'll tell you you can't go through without a sword and a shield. Then, if you are looking for the hint of what do you do next, you actually can go back to Saria, and she'll be like, oh, is Mido being a jerk again? And it's like, oh, fine, I guess we gotta... There we go. I guess we gotta do the things he's asking, so then she'll give you the hint. You can buy the Deku Shield in the shop, but you might have to go exploring for the Kokiri Sword. Thankfully, I know where everything is. So, the big thing that I do right off the bat is try to get not just the rupees for buying the shield. I actually do try to farm a few rupees right off the bat. Oh yeah, I guess during all of these chest animations, I can go ahead and mark all the things I get. That's one thing I'm glad I skip in the randomizer. But we got a sword! Nice to have one right off the bat. But yes, I did make mention of this in my Q&A special when I was actually talking about Ocarina of Time as a reference to how games tend to get a little systematic when I play them multiple times. So with Ocarina, like, I really do know my beginning run-through for dealing with things in the game. So in addition to buying the Deku Shield, I actually plan ahead a bit, and there is a Deku Stick upgrade that I can actually get right now, and it doesn't matter that I haven't obtained a Deku Stick naturally yet. I can get this Deku Stick upgrade. Let's see, it was 115 and a heart. I think this is the only one I need. There we go. But I think I'll get this one and the one beneath it just in case. Okay, so it was 2 5s. That works. That's the single one. Might as well. I'm already opening all the chests. Now, that's not something I'm counting towards, like... This isn't going to be like a super do all of the things 100% playthrough. This is just going to be like all of the things you would naturally expect, like the hard pieces, hard containers, item upgrades, and all of that type of stuff. It's... What is the complete experience? Oh, look this way. Ah, the concept of targeting. That's how you use a fairy. Fairies' only uses in life are for targeting things, so we Kokiri can look at them. Ah, yes. There we go. Thankfully, a lot of text does get skipped when playing randomizers. I have to go through all of these text boxes now. Oh, the difference between regular gameplay and randomizers. This is going to be fun. Also, unskippable text. Okay. So already I have the Deku Shield. So now I'm going to farm for a few more rupees, if I can stop bonking things. And this is only going to be quick. Thankfully, rupees aren't, like, something you desperately need in original Zelda. But I'm going to get, I want to say it's 30, but I'm going to get 40 just in case. But that's what I need to get the first upgrade right off the bat. Oh, now I remember how I do this. Because you can actually come over here, and that same thing you do with jumping over there to get 5, or at least I think that's how it worked. Maybe. It has been a while since I've tried doing this trick, so maybe I will try it. This? I want to say there was another way to get 5 rupees by doing all of these jumps. Maybe I'm just not remembering things right. There we go. Maybe I'll do this way. Reset the area coming over here. Now, the big thing with doing the Deku Stick upgrade right off the bat, it's just that buying it not only gives you the upgrade, but it also gives you 20 Deku Sticks right off the bat. And for anyone who knows how strong Deku Sticks are, they're the equivalent of a child Master Sword. So it's really good to have them. And having 20 of them is really, really good for just being able to do a lot of damage quickly. So I'll just do one more little hop into the store here. And then... there we go. That should definitely be enough. It's gonna feel weird not going into the shops and being like, okay, what have you got on your left side window there? Okay, yep. What do you mean this is all vanilla? What do you mean this is all stuff I can buy over and over again? What do you mean the item prices are actually reasonable? All the fun things. Alright, so we just have to come over here. Ah, yes, and having to get all the Gold Skulltulas, too. That'll be a fun one. Yeah. I'm gonna say this now. There are definitely a lot of quality of life improvements I am going to miss, but this is the original Zelda experience. So, okay, it was 40. Good thing I did farm for that. So right off the bat, that just gives me 20 Deku Sticks. All of the upgrade that I will need for now. There is the 30 Deku Stick upgrade, but that will not come for some time. Also, I'm just going to get your menu up there. There we go. So there we go. We're already up to 20 Deku Sticks. That'll give me all of the smacking power that I need for the next little while. So we'll just get ourselves out of the Lost Woods here. No other reason to stay here for now. We'll definitely do more work later once we have gone to visit Zelda. But here we go. We can now make our way to the Deku Tree. But first we just have to get through Mido. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh? And I love... it's just one of those things, when you were young, you'd always go like, he said grumble, grumble, and not like... Alright. Great Deku Tree, I'm back. Oh yes, we got all the fun of the cutscenes, too. We actually have a story. Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? I give you the illusion of choice. Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, use this button to listen well to her words of wisdom. What's a button? Having to put that in the game just so we as the player would know what we're doing. Alright, well that's good. A few minutes in, we got our stuff. Let's begin exploring a dungeon. Thankfully, I do know all the tricks to work around this. But this is a 100% playthrough, so I do have to, at the very least, take care of things. Actually, I don't want the stick. I want that. Alright, start with Deku Nut. Get this. There we go. Come on, there was supposed to be things there. There we go. Maybe Kokiri Sword Thrust was what I needed just to make you work. There we go. All stocked up. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. Of course. What do you think I was coming over here for? And of course, if we see a chest, we must get it. Like, we have to. Even if I know it's just the dungeon map. But I guess in a 100% playthrough, that does quantify as part of the 100%ness at the very least. So I guess maps and compasses are okay to get. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing this button. What's a button? What do you mean, action icon? You can imagine Link feeling like, what are you talking about, Navi? Like, what do you see that I don't? Alright. And of course, letting you know that if you jump off a cliff, if you're naturally moving forward and roll, you can avoid all damage. Disclaimer, I do not suggest you try it in real life. The results could be very, very bad. Alright. Now I'll just do what I normally do. Skip the platform on the first go. You can use it as a quick way back. And just like that, we've got a slingshot. Look at all the stuff I'm finding right away. It's almost like this is the original game or something. Come on, I know how this works. It's not my first rodeo into Ocarina. Okay. Oops. No. I don't need that ladder. Alright. Now, I did need to get the slingshot, but if you are a more advanced player of Ocarina, you can actually climb this wall without the Skull Wall Tulas here getting in your way. Now, of course, the trick to it is you have to be still when they're looking at you. If they're not looking at you, you can climb this vine wall however you like. There we go. So we do have to come over here for a moment. Oops. Using invisible fire to light a visible torch. Got it. Alright, now sadly I don't have the luxury of being adult Link. So I do have to do this puzzle twice. But also, that is the first Gold Skulltula token. 1 of 100. Here we go. I think this is just a heart. Yes. All that time for 1 heart. Alright, now let's try this again. We'll get the compass. And then we'll be set. It is going to be fun, though, playing this 100% again, because, like, I think I had said this before, but it has been years since I've actually played original Ocarina with the intent of getting all the things. But I have done plenty of runs of randomizers. So naturally... Okay, that itself is its own nightmare fuel. Just Navi constantly saying, hey, 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 hey. But I did definitely miss that, so that's on me. But, so like, I have not played 100% in years, but I've played randomizers, so I've gone throughout Hyrule many, many times, many, many different ways. I basically found every known secret in the game for, we'll say, the regular items. I've not done any of, like, super advanced randomizers. Let's get this right. Oh, thank goodness. There we go. We'll just get you out of the way. So, getting all of the... I'm interested to see how well I'll do with, like, all of the knowledge that I have of the game, but only being able to play it in the game's original intended way. Because, like, I have to do all the things that the dungeon has to offer. I can't really do that many, like, skips. So we'll see how this works. Oops. Oh well. I have to remember, I have a long-range option. Would have been cool, though, had that Deku Stick actually managed the hit. That is number 3. We're already 1/33 and a third ways through getting all the Gold Skulltulas. I think this was just Recovery Heart. Yes, a lot of Recovery Heart chests in this dungeon. Like, the nice part is a lot of the out-of-the-way areas I can skip. Ouch. I'm just gonna have you running. I don't actually have to beat this Deku Scrub. I just need you to not hurt me. Ah, yes. Swimming time. Now, I still remember this room driving me crazy because I couldn't grasp the concept of, like, what underwater, or the underwater puzzle, because I just couldn't see the switch. And maybe just, like, due to my impatience, whatnot, like, not taking the time to look for the switch. So I would always try to, like, run into the spike pillar and hope I land so that I can go on the other side going through damage boosting. And then I learned the switch existed, and I felt stupid. Yes, Navi, I know how to climb. What is the action icon? What do you see that I don't? Okay, we'll just skip our way through this. This is quick. Thank you. One thing I will say, though, having played randomizers now, I now know the power of the Deku Nuts. I am so glad that I realized that it's much faster to just stun things and move past them than it is to actually fight them. Okay, well, we're back here at least. Huh. We're just about done this dungeon, my goodness. Oh no, slow block pushing! Oh, I am not looking forward to all the things that the randomizer lets me do faster. Oh yes, I actually need the flame. Stay on the block, roll across, thank you. Let's see how well this works. Jeez, and everything coming at me from all directions. There we go, we're just getting close. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to have to reveal the secret to defeat the boss just because you caught me and hit me with a Deku Nut. So in order to kill Queen Goma, you have to hit her while she's stunned. I'm sorry, I could have just run away and not told the kid that secret. Thanks for the help, though. Alright, well, hey, look at that. We've already gone through the dungeon as fast as we could, and we're here at the boss. There, let's begin. Oops. I'm looking at you, come on. Alright. First dungeon, first boss. Here we go. Okay. I'm still not good at defeating Goma quickly. But at the very least, this will not take too long. Come on, Goma, I just need you to stay still. And that's still quick enough in my books. Look at that, one dungeon down. This 100% run won't take too long. No, it won't. It won't have any, like, stupid mini-games that I'm gonna do over and over again. But there we go, we're up to 4. And this does technically give us the Kokiri Emerald, so we do have one cutscene to play through after this, but what's a little story, right? We skip this all the time. We gotta have ourselves a little adventure. Well done, Link. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? I give you the illusion of choice. Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. Ah, my nightmares, no! Why do you bring my nightmares back? This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile, sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Furore, the goddess of courage. For N64 era cutscene type, like, before time began type cutscene, this is still pretty epic even to me. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom into the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Furore, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. And then they all collided together and created sacred triangles. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me. You have to wonder what goes through the minds of the hero protagonists in a game when they're told that no matter what you do, something's gonna die. It's like, I saved you, but I'm gonna die anyway. Oh. You got the Kokiri's Emerald, spiritual stone of the forest. The future depends upon thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Good. Bye. Geez, I don't normally act out that cutscene, but man, that almost brought a tear to my eye. It feels weird seeing the Deku Tree gray for once. Normally, you never go through the cutscene that, like, ends the Deku Tree. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree. We'll be back to get the Skulltula I left in you. Alright. Well, we still got a little bit longer here, so why don't we just play for a little longer? What did you do? The Great Deku Tree. Did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault. You gotta... I think this was something that just... Like, if you talk to the Kokiri kids, later on, they'll be like, what... Like, they'll say what happened, and I think what ends up happening is Mido goes around and tells everyone that Link, as in my character, was the one that killed the Deku Tree. But I think Saria was the only one that believed that Link was innocent. So here we are just leaving, and... Oh, you're leaving? I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Link, because you are different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. We got more things! Now we can play music. And when we get the more important ocarina, we just leave this one behind. Oh yeah, now I gotta have the ocarina and my C buttons to start playing it. I got so used to playing with the ocarina in my, my controller pad hotkeys. When you play my ocarina, I hope you will think of me and come back to the forest to visit. And now we begin our journey into Hyrule. It's time to go adventuring and completely forget the fact that a sacred tree just died right in front of us. Oh yes, Enkapora Gabora. We gotta listen to all the speeches and hope that we don't click no. Or, we want to click no, we don't want to click yes. What am I saying? It's like I want to read the text. It appears the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest times. Go straight this way, and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. If you are lost and don't know which way to go, look at the map. The areas you have explored will be shown on the map. Press start to enter the subscreens, and Z or R to find the map. What are these buttons? On the map subscreen, you will also see a flashing dot showing which way you should go next. Did you get all that? I give you the illusion of choice. Actually, I should say that that one isn't particularly an illusion of choice. I give you an easy way to end your suffering. Okay, so what I normally do is I get out into the field, make a straight line, because what ordinarily happens in Ocarina, and I didn't know this until randomizers let me see the options. So the default time in Ocarina starts at 10 a.m. Like, it follows the usual 24-hour clock. So it starts at 10 a.m. Whenever you go into a cutscene, like the one where the Deku Tree gives you the Sacred Stone, it actually turns things to midday. And the reason I can recognize that difference is playing randomizers and leaving Kokiri Forest immediately. I never had the issue where it was sunset the moment you get to the bridge, or like if you just ran through Hyrule Field, you would never be able to make it to the bridge and get into Hyrule Town without it turning to night. Okay, Link, you need to hit the box. There we go. Okay, that makes number 4. Yes, I do want to try to get 10 of them before I get to Kakariko at night. Okay, so I don't have to check. I don't have to check any shops. Feels weird. Also, but I do have to talk to Malin. Hey, your clothes. They're different. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, you're a fairy boy from the forest. My name is Malin. My dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet. So I think that you need to talk to Malin there for her to start going into the later portion of the field. Okay, do I want to play the game? Yes. So we'll get slingshot upgrade. If I can aim. Oh, this is not going to be easy for me. Subtle movements right now are not easy. Hopefully I can hit these and get the freebie. Almost. Okay, here's hoping I can do this. Why, yes, I can get that jumping rupee really fast. It's one of those, I've done it long enough that I know just how long it takes for it to pop out of the hole. Can I hit it? That's a different story. But when I am on point, I do know exactly how long it takes for it to hop out. Okay, well that's the only thing I can do in Castle Town during the daytime. But what I am going to do, taking from my randomizer tricks, I'm not actually sure how many rupees I'll need for this adventure. It actually has been long enough for me to forget. But I will quickly grab a couple rupees. And then I just have to hear the bridge going up. Alright. Well, time to begin the heart piece collecting portion of this game, and we'll start with Richard. Oh, maybe because I haven't gone to Castle yet. I don't think I have ever once heard Malin still singing in Castletown at night. This is actually a first for me. Let me know, is that a first for anyone else who's watching this right now? Because that is legit a first. I have never heard Malin singing in Castletown. But of course I have to have that loaded screen first. Oh, that is so cool! Does she say anything else? Dad went to the castle to deliver milk, hasn't been back yet. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and leave. Nighttime view of Hyrule Castle. Okay, so yeah, Malon's not there yet. Hey, Link! This way! The princess is inside the castle just ahead. Be careful not to get caught by the guards. On this ground, time flows normally. But time stands still while you're in Lon Lon Ranch or in a town. If you want time to pass normally, you'll need to leave town. Well, which way will you go now? Do you want to hear what I said again? I give you a choice to get out of this. Ooh, you're a smart kid. Good luck then. Yeah, I know I've told this story probably a number of times, but playing original Ocarina, I guess, is another way to talk about the story again. So when playing as a kid, I never liked going into areas when they were dark. And certainly my darker screened TV did not help in that regard. So I never liked dark places. I never liked traveling out at night. That was just how it was. So what ended up happening once for me is I was playing Ocarina, probably still my first time playing the game, and I had got it to turn to nighttime and then saved the game, which takes you back to Kokiri Forest. And so naturally, it's nighttime in Kokiri Forest, and time doesn't pass until you're outside of a town or anything like that. So I was too afraid to leave Kokiri Forest and go into Hyrule Field because I never liked dealing with the stall children enemies. Like, they were enough to frighten me, even though I had all of the tools necessary to take care of them. So it was like I got myself stuck while playing the game, and it was a really easy thing to not have happen, or at least something I could avoid. It was thanks to a good friend of mine who's just like, yeah, sure, I'll get you through this, no problem. And yeah, just casually picked up the game and went through Hyrule Field and survived till daytime. And then after that, I eventually found the Sun Song, and then I never had to worry about traveling Hyrule Field at night ever again, because I would just immediately play the song and be like, screw you, nighttime, I won't be scared by you. Well, there we go. Timed things right. Oh, yes. But now we have a cuckoo. And I will have to remember to come back here, because there is a grotto with a Skulltula in it here. Oops, right. Keep forgetting. I have to wake you up. What in tarnation? Can't a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lon Lon Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest, and I guess I fell asleep. What? Malon was looking for me? Oh, I'm gonna catch it from her now. I messed up bad leaving Malon behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it! I always remember getting a laugh out of this cutscene. It's even more fun when you can watch it happening without the cutscene taking over your controls. Okay. Well, I am going to use the randomizer trick. So instead of pushing this one all the way, you push it to here, so the game still registers it as being high. I'm so used to doing that without a Kokiri sword, I just used a Deku Stick by accident. But that lets you get into Castle Grounds without having to push the block. Okay, now here's hoping I can do this, because it has been ages since I have actually done the sneaking through the castle gates. Yes, naturally I skip this when I'm doing... Oh, there's not enough time for me to get there. I naturally skip this when I'm doing randomizers, because this is just a very boring segment. And it's fun to practice, but you don't need to do it. I think I just have to wait for the guard to be looking the other way, going up, and I think I can just skip the whole thing. Like that. There we go. Ooh, this might take a hot minute. I can just... Okay, that left guard moved first, so I think I'm fine. Ooh. Oh, good. Both of them are in close proximity to each other. That's good. No, you're supposed to move the whole length. Ooh, darn it. Thank you. Good, you moved the whole length. Yeah, this was definitely one of those games where, like, not knowing the guard's vision range, I was always too scared to move unless I knew that there was, like, no way they could see you, even if you were, like, well out of their vision range. I'll just take a second here. Look at all these N64 graphics. I love those little Easter eggs in games like this. Like, it's a shame that a lot of games nowadays, like, don't include things like this. I mean, there are games that do it, yes. So, like, I'm not saying that this is a thing that has been lost to time. But it is something that is really cool, to me at least. But anyways, time to do a cutscene we normally skip. Huh? Who are you? How did you get past the guards? Oh, what's that? Is that a fairy? Then are you from the forest? Then you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shining stone? Do you have it? I give you the illusion of choice. Just as I thought. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were billowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly, a ray of light shot out of the forest, part of the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. I know this is a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story and didn't even properly introduce myself. I am Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. What is your name? Link. Strange. It sounds somehow familiar, like I've heard that name over and over again. Okay then, Link. I'm going to tell you the secret of the sacred realm that has been passed down by the royal family of Hyrule. Please keep this a secret from everyone. I give you the illusion of choice. The legend goes like this. The three goddesses hid the Triforce containing the power of the gods somewhere in Hyrule. The power to grant the wish of the one who holds the Triforce in his hands. If someone with a righteous heart makes a wish, it will lead Hyrule to a golden age of prosperity. If someone with an evil mind has his wish granted, the world will be consumed by evil. That is what has been told. So, the ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the Triforce from evil ones. Thankfully, that was a short and sweet story. Not like the more lengthier ones. That's right. The Temple of Time is the entrance through which you can enter the sacred realm from our world. But the entrance is sealed with a stone wall called the Door of Time. And in order to open the door, it is said that you need to collect 3 spiritual stones. And another thing you need is the treasure that the royal family keeps along with this legend. The Ocarina of Time. It's the title of this game. Don't you know it, Link? Did you understand well the story I just told you? I give you the illusion of choice. Although I'm fairly certain if you hit no, Actually, I've never hit no in that case. Is that one that repeats the story, or is that just like you get a quick overview again and then you get the choice? I don't know. I just hit yes because I'm too afraid to say no in cutscenes like this. But I know that there is still the illusion of choice. That's great. I forgot to tell you. I was spying through this window just now. The other element from my dream, the dark clouds, I believe they symbolize that man in there. Will you look through the window at him? I'll give you the illusion of choice. I will say, in games like this, you just wish your character could be like, can we just, imprison the great evil that is literally standing in front of us without having to go through all of this madness? like, come on. Like, just take him, lock him in a cage somewhere, put magical protection over it, and you'll be totally fine. We wouldn't have to go through any of this. But no, we gotta have an adventure. Can you see the man with the evil eyes? That is Ganondorf, the leader of the Gerudos. They hail from the desert far to the west. Though he swears allegiance to my father, I am sure he is not sincere. The dark clouds that covered Hyrule in my dream, they must symbolize that man. Oh, I know. I had a couple of visions myself. That man appeared exactly as he was in there. We can just get him right now. We can imprison him, right? I don't have to go through all of this. What happened? Did he see you? Don't worry. He doesn't have any idea what we're planning. Yet. Yes, I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy. But I can sense that man's evil intentions. What Ganondorf is after must be nothing less than the Triforce of the Sacred Realm. He must have come to Hyrule to obtain it. And he wants to conquer Hyrule. No, the entire world. Link, now we are the only ones who can protect Hyrule, alongside my, servant Impa. Please, I give you the illusion of choice. Thank you. I am afraid. I have a feeling that man is going to destroy Hyrule. He has such terrifying power. But it's fortunate that you have come. We must not let Ganondorf get the Triforce. I will protect the Ocarina of Time with all my power. He shall not have it. You go find the other two spiritual stones. Let's get the Triforce before Ganondorf does, and then defeat him. One more thing. Take this letter. I'm sure it will be helpful to you. And there we go. All that time later, we now have Zelda's letter. And we can't skip this. We have to get the entire explanation. I think we can talk to Zelda here. My attendant will guide you out of the castle. Don't be afraid to talk to her. And now over here we have Impa. Feels weird having this cutscene too. Normally I skip this one. I am Impa of the Sheikahs. I am responsible for protecting Princess Zelda. Everything is exactly as the princess foretold. You are a courageous boy. You are heading out on a big new adventure, aren't you? My role in the princess's dream was to teach a melody to the one from the forest. This is an ancient melody passed down by the royal family. I have played this song for Princess Zelda as a lullaby ever since she was a baby. There is mysterious power in these notes. Now listen carefully. And thus begins the first Ocarina song and one of the most well-known Zelda tunes in the entire lore. Oh, come on. How can we let a boy play this song who can't even play an ocarina right? Oh, there we go. First Ocarina song acquired. I always did like that look of Link. He just plays the song and suddenly, why is my instrument glowing? You've learned the lullaby. If the castle soldiers find you, there will be trouble. Let me lead you out of the castle. I'll be throwing a bunch of Deku Nuts, so make sure you cover your eyes while we're heading out. All right, one last little bit here. You brave lad, we must protect this beautiful land of Hyrule. Take a good look at that mountain. That is Death Mountain, home of the Gorons. They hold the spiritual stone of fire. Don't worry, if you're not careless, you won't die. I can't make any promises, though. At the foot of Death Mountain, you will find my village, Kakariko. That is where I was born and raised. You should talk to some of the villagers there before you go up Death Mountain. The song I just taught you has some mysterious power. Only royal family members are allowed to learn this song. Remember, it will help you prove your connection with the royal family. The princess is waiting for you to return to the castle with the 3 stones. Alright, we're counting on you. Watch your eyes! It is cool, though, just being able to throw a Deku Nut and just, like, instantaneously disappear. Well, anyways, that is going to call it for the first episode here. The adventure has begun, we've gotten through, we now know exactly what we need to do as the hero of this world, and hopefully on the next episode, the adventure will continue in earnest. So anyways, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. It is certainly going to be interesting going through Ocarina of Time again as not a randomizer this time. So I'm interested to see how things will turn out. Hopefully my skills and experience with randomizers hasn't dwindled my ability to play this game regularly. So we'll have to see how it turns out on the next episode. So as I always say, take care, stay safe, and have a good day.